Hey guys, welcome to my first commentary in which I'll be showcasing me playing as Poppy against Jack's top. Um, for my items, start with, I tried to start with cloth armor and 5 potions, but I ended up spamming wards instead of potions, so I bought 2 wards, realized I didn't have any money left, and then sold a ward and bought 2 pots. Obviously, not optimal, but it really does depend on whether or not the enemy team has an efficient level 2 ganking jungler.
30 seconds until
and
minions
since
spawn.
Wukong starts at blue, I would assume, then there's actually a pretty good chance he'll level 2 gank top. So getting the ward at level
Minions
1 isn't too bad because you can put it down early and watch for level 2 gank. But in this case, I would have actually liked to get the entire 5 pots because Jax is normally an aggressive laner and he'll try to harass you heavily, and the sustain would have been nice. In terms of my summoner spells, this game I took Ignite Ghost because I actually thought that it would be against Wukong top, and if that's the case, then I like to take Ignite when I feel like I have kill potential on the enemy team. So against Jax, I would have rather taken Flash Ghost because if I'm not going to be able to do much to him in lane, then my role as an anti-carry late game is to just be to shut down whoever I can. And since they're going to be blowing out all the stops to try to get away from me, having that flash will just let me catch up that much easier. So what happened here is that because of my level 1 ward actually turned out really useful. We saw Wukong coming in for a gank, and since he didn't go back down in that direction, we knew that he's counter jungling, and we found him at our double golems. So since I was still level 1, all I could really do was auto attack him. Notice that I used my W in order to just increase my damage by that little bit more, which is always useful. But my mistake there was wasting Ghost. I mean, I guess I got a little greedy and I tried to pick up the kill, which was totally unnecessary, because even if Ari and Twitch and whatever had just backed off and tried to let me get the kill, he probably would have gone away. So when I came back to lane, I was a little low on CS. Jax is out farming and out leveling me, which is not the great situation to be in. But it's alright because I helped to pick up first blood for my team, and the assist gold really helped. So Malphite comes for a gank here, but there's not really much I can do. There's a big enemy wave pushed up, and I don't want to miss out, so I can't really help Malphite anyway. And we're not really going to kill Jax because he has his leap and his stun. So Malphite pings for another gank. I mean, same thing, he just stuns us and gets away. So I continue farming. Malphite's ganks were pretty nice though, just to give me a little bit of my advantage back. So we continue laning. Whenever possible, I just auto attack Q him. It's great to get free harass off whenever you can. But in general, I would say Poppy versus Jax is a bit of a losing lane on Poppy's end because in laning phase, you're really not going to be able to match up his damage like at any point. So Jax is pretty good at forcing trades with his leap and stun. So if he does that, then you pretty much have to just retaliate as best you can, but don't go too overboard and don't try to draw it out. I mean, just auto attack Q, back off. You'll probably come a little bit off worse than him, but it's the best you can do really. So just going back to lane, see Jax getting weak, I just auto attack Q whenever I can. So there's a huge wave pushing my tower. Malphite's waiting to gank, but he recalls because Jax only has it warded. Jax MIA, so I'm just free farming the lane right now. So Jax came back at level 6, and at this point I'm pretty low in both health and mana, and Jax is full, so he can. So what happened here is, sorry for not slowing it down a little earlier, but Jax hid in this bush, waiting to camp me, so that he could probably come out and burst me quickly, but he didn't realize that Twitch was here invisible, and Ari also came up for the gank. So he leaped out at me, and I pretty much damaged him as best I could, and let my team finish him off. I was about to recall here, but I decided that it was pretty safe to farm up another wave at least. so that I can afford my Heart of Gold. As far as builds go on Poppy, I usually get boots and Philo. That's pretty standard. Getting Heart of Gold depends, once again, like whether I believe I have kill potential in the lane or not. Against Jax, I'm not really going to be able to kill him one-on-one. So I go for the Heart of Gold just to give me the extra edge on gold. Against, you know, if I was playing against Wukong instead, then I would have just skipped the Heart of Gold and probably gone for Sheen first. It really gives a huge burst to Poppy's damage.
Shut down.
And I believe that I have potential to kill Wukong. So here Malphite comes for another gank. And this is where Poppy's ult really shines. Because it makes me unable to take tower shots, and it emphasizes, or it boosts my damage against Jax even more. So we're able to pick him off even though he does make it to his tower. Malphite as well, really tanky. He's great for tower diving at level 6. I was gonna once again recall here, but there's a huge wave pushed out and I would have missed a lot of EXP if I just recalled. One mistake I made was I was so focused on farming this wave that I didn't realize that Jax had been gone from lane for a suspiciously long amount of time. And it ended up that I called MIA way too late and Jax was already paused and he killed Ezreal, which is pretty bad because it gave them access to a free dragon. At this point, because I can't reach bot long enough to force, or to be able to force a trade that dragon or whatever, then my best option is to just keep pushing top and deny Jax as much damage on which I'm doing right here. Unable to actually take the tower because Pop's not that great of a pusher, so I just back off. But at this point I can afford my Sheen, which is really nice. So I get my Sheen, finish my Ninja Tabby. The reason I got Tabby this game is because I'm not really concerned about Galio as either a source of CC or damage. So I didn't feel like I needed to get front tread. And against Jax, he has a lot of magic damage, it's true, but he's always auto-attacking. And as far as the rest of the team goes, Graves, Wukong, they're both auto-attackers and AD. So Ninja Tabby is a good choice this game. Now here, since I have my Sheen, I try to go on to Jax a little bit, but Wukong is still thinking. So I just ult him, hit him a couple times just to get him low, and then back off. Because I can't take him one-on-one. Or, I mean 2-on-1, sorry. But Twitch, Malphite, and Arya are all coming up to gank. So at this point I feel safe to just stand in the middle of the lane, get these last few creeps, push out the lane, so wait for when we can tower dive them. So Jax is just standing there taking shots from Quints, really weird, but we got the kill. Not really a huge lot done on my part, it was mostly my team, and I just picked up a few hits. I think I tell my team to help me take top tower just to deny Jax even more and give our team some gold, but pretty much ignored me and Galio came top, so I just recalled. Picked up a Ruby Crystal, which is great for the HP, and it helps me on my way to Trinity.
An ally has been slain.
So I'm going back to top tower, and at this point I'm pretty confident that I can at least trade evenly with Jax. I'm at 92 farm, he's at 71. See, I just auto attack huge, is huge, and he can't even trade with me at this point. I'm out damaging him a lot and forcing him to recall. So I'm just reforming the lane. I noticed that Jax actually goes mid, which is surprising because that means that he views me as enough of a threat to ask for a switch. So I'm just reforming the lane right now. Galio and Wukong are both coming tops. I stand at my tower for a while until I know it's safe. So now it's Wukong in the lane, and this puts me a little bit at ease actually, because not only as a jungler he's just behind Jax because he's a jungler, but also because Wukong is naturally an easier target for Poppy to both kill and survive. But Malphite came for a gank top, which left the rest of our team at a 3v4 disadvantage. So that wasn't really great for us, so both of us go down to help our team. I used Ghost to get some upgrades a little bit earlier. I cancelled Galio's ult as soon as he used it with my charge, which is really nice. I want to chase after Nunu and Graves, but there's not really a point in doing so because Nunu has his perma slows and it's just really risky. So we go for Dragon instead, which is, I mean, honestly, it's even a better thing to take than getting, say, a kill on the team. So we kill Dragon. They just warded it, so they know we're doing it. I see Graves coming down the river, and I know that he's not at full health. So I immediately turn on him and hope to pick up another kill. Ignite used, but he flashes over the wall, unfortunately. We do pick up the Dragon, though. One thing with Poppy is that Ignite also works on your ult amplified damage, which is nice. So we got Dragon, and now just backing away. Finish up my phage and get started on my steal. Twitch wants to farm top because as a roamer he naturally doesn't get as much farm, so I can say that's fine. Let's just try to take the top tower. At this point, I could leave the top tower and deny Jax even more EXP, but I feel like Jax is not going to be a threat at this point. He's gonna need to farm up for a much longer time if he hopes to be able to take me. So taking top tower just allows me to roam that much more effectively. Not sure if something happens here. Their entire team's backing off. Twitch is getting destroyed at our own tower. Here, Malphite and Ahri both use their ult on me, and I pick up the last hit with my Q. There's really nothing you can do at that point. Because it's 3 ults. Galio comes close, but he doesn't really dare fight us. Of course, it's 3-on-1. Twitch is dying up top against Nunu and Wukong. So at this point, because they're getting really close to their tower, my idea is that all we can do really is just pick off one low target because I don't feel safe. I don't feel like we're strong enough to tower dive yet. So I want to go for Nunu because not only does he have oracles, he's also at half health and he's really close to the wall, which lets me use my E at any angle and just hit him. And allows Ezreal to pick the last hit on him. This is really nice. At this point, I just want to back out. But my team gets a little greedy and wants to go for more kills. And all of us stack to Galio and Malphite. But we did pick up Jax. So it was a 2-on-1 trade in our favor, which is, it's good. Now I'm recalling to pick up my Finished Trinity and a couple of wards. At this point, if you can see in the chat, Ezreal's got his Infinity Edge, I have my Triforce. We're a lot stronger than them, so I say we should try to force a team fight if possible. At this point I can shut out Jax or Grace immediately, and there's not much they can do to retaliate, especially because with my ult, they can't get their team to peel for them. So here, me and Ahri tower dive, Jax at bot lane. Once again, it's 3-on-1, there's nothing he can do. So we just pick him off easily. And continue pushing bot. Graves and Nunu are here. We actually catch Wukong out, but he flashes away from Ahri's charm, which was really nice. And we don't, unfortunately, get the blast on him. My ult's up very soon, so I say we can tower dive because with Poppy you can pretty much dive whatever you want with the ult on. As soon as Galio comes, he walks straight into my bush, and we just immediately go on my ult him and get him damage. I actually finish him off with Ignite, so that not having to manually catch up is always a benefit because I never know if Nunu is gonna come perma slow me or whatever, and someone might give me their burst. It's just a lot less risky to use a range to finish them off. We managed to pick up Graves as well. Ezreal with his red buff, that's really nice. And get the second bot tower. Malphite this whole time has been split pushing top, which is helpful for our team since they're lower on members with the deaths. Wukong gets a little too close and gets charged again, but he just uses his ult and gets away, so nothing really comes out of that. And we're just using the bottom tower, which is just big. Malphite managed to push down the second top tower, which is nice for us. Obviously, but he died to Jax. It's not that big a deal. The Jax is so much easier. We managed to get their inhibitor, and they're chasing after us, but Ezreal's has his blink, and Poppy has naturally high move speed along with the W, so there's really no way they're gonna catch up. And we just recall. I pick up a bilge water cutlass, excuse me. This is pretty much a build that's made popular by Spam Happy or Zken, who is a Platinum Elo Poppy player. It's really nice for the AD scaling on the as well as I'm sorry, the AD scaling on the Q as well as the slow is good for catching up to squishy targets. So here we catch Wukong at our range. Instead of going for Galio or whatever,
Has been slain.
I just choose to help Ari take down Wukong and Graves because I'm confident that Malphite and Twitch have enough damage to heal for Ezreal or whatever, and we can get Nelson. So now since both of their members are dead, we pick up an easy Baron. Their Jax can't really stop us 1v5, and we just got mid. But here we're a little bit split. Ezreal's going back, Ari's top, so it's just 3 of us in, which is a bit of a dangerous situation. So I want to back off a little bit. Wukong actually uses the ult on us, and it ends up like charged with his ult. Ezreal's ult actually gets dodged because of Rage E. So at this point, we can't really win a fight, so we're staying a little back just to be safe. I'm not sure if anything happens here. Alright, so Galio's in this bush. He doesn't know Twitch is there. He just he's pretty weak, and the extra kill is nice. It's not a big deal.
Has been slain.
Ari gets killed by pretty much the entire team, which is a much bigger issue than Galio getting killed, honestly. I'm just pushing down bot. So here, Nunu gets too close to me. I just EQ Ignite, he's dead. I don't think he was expecting me to do that much damage, but it was a little foolish of him to get that close. The reason I didn't auto attack Q, which I normally would have done, just with a little bit of extra damage, is because he's got the attack speed debuff, which actually makes it kind of hard for me to get off my Q after the auto attack, and I didn't want to risk that, so I just EQ'd. I knew I had enough damage to finish him off. I don't really mind blowing it, like, so me and Ezra put down the tower. And I think, yep, we got the inhibitor.
Your team has destroyed the inhibitor.
So here, I'm just going Rambo because I'm Poppy, and Nunu misses me with the ult, which is always nice. Here what I was planning to do was just go after Graves with my ult, finish him off, and hopefully back out quickly, but I actually forgot to do me dying to the tower. Yeah, I was wondering why I was doing that much damage. Ari and Ezreal do good enough, but I think this trade actually goes a little bit against our favor because their Jax managed to pick up Ezreal. Although Ari and Malphite do manage to finish him off. If I had gotten my ult off, obviously, I would have gotten a lot more damage, at least before I died.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Which would have been good. So my team's just chilling out here. Since we pretty much won this game, I'm running back now. I have my entire tech stack finished, which makes me pretty powerful. So Jax comes after me. He actually misses his stun because I run away too fast, which allows me to turn around and retaliate pretty effectively. I noticed how I ult Jax before Wukong uses his ult, so that it doesn't actually lock me up. Now I'm getting pummeled by their entire team, including a Nunu, who's really good at chasing. But I managed to make it outside the wall with Malphite being a distraction. And now I'm just looking for an opportunity to charge back over the wall and pick off someone below. Ari comes, so I just go back and pick up Ari picks off the rest of the team. And at this point, it's so what I would say against Jax top generally is that it's a losing matchup. You don't want to go aggressive on him. If he goes aggressive on you, then then just retaliate as best you can, but don't draw the conflict long, especially since Jax is the sort of character that gets stronger the longer the conflict is. And the only reason I did so well against him this game is because I had a lot of help from my team, and he didn't. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my first commentary.
Victory!